everybody, and welcome! That did not transfer the scene like I thought. Hold on. Zoom, now is not the time to be making a fool of me. It worked, I swear to God. Okay, hold up. We're gonna go back to the break screen. Oh, no. It popped in. We're done. All I needed to do was select the option that was already selected to remind OBS that it was the option that was already selected. So, hello everybody and welcome to the newest indoor adventure in Gold Rush, part 19 of our Weird West 4th edition campaign. Today is September 9th, 2024, and you are loved. That is a very important thing that we like to remind each and every single one of our viewers and listeners at the beginning of each and every single one of these games. If this is your first time joining us, you can go to youtube.com/indooradventures to check up on all of the VODs of each of the games that we have played up until this point, or you can go towards where anywhere audio casts are being made available for free. You can find us there under the same moniker. And speaking of things that are being made available for free, if you go to patreon.com/indooradventures, you can check up on our after show called Nights in the Courtyard, where we answer questions not only from each other, but also from the community. So if you have any questions for myself or any of these other fine folk, feel free to again join us at patreon.com/indooradventures. But let's say you already support us on Patreon. You already support us on YouTube and Twitch and all of those other wonderful places, and you're trying to think to yourself, where can I go to help support this fantastic show even more? Well, guess what, Acorns? I got your back, quite literally, in fact, because if you go to indooradventure.redbubble.com, we got t-shirts, we got posters, we got crop tops, throw pillows, shower curtains, aprons, clocks. We even have face masks with the symbol of Tiamat upon them, designed by our very own Cyberwolf 1201, where all the proceeds of our merch currently goes to help support Doctors Without Borders. So if you would like to help support the show, or possibly help support a good cause, you can again go to indooradventure.redbubble.com. Again, that is indooradventure, no S at the end, .redbubble.com. But that is it for my opening spiel. So, hey, RJ, who you playing today?
Hey everybody, I'm RJ. Today I'm playing Kid. He's a Genasi sword mage. I'm a menace. I go by he, him. He goes by he, they. Gonna punch a vampire, maybe punch a foreman. I don't know. We'll see where the night takes us.
Hello, everybody. I'm LBHackEmUp. I'm going to be playing Trisannas, she, they. I go by she, her. Trisannas is a Seeker Wilden, and I am just a little guy. And I'll probably kill somebody. We'll see how I feel.
I'm Cyber. I use he or whatever pronouns. I play Rakel. Rakel uses she, her pronouns. She is a human shaman. She's got a dead rat. There's an egg in it. We're not going to explain it any further.
That's what the rest of the show is for. Hello, everybody. I am the indoor adventurer, he, him, and tonight I shall be playing Ash Carruthers Edelweiss. He's a little tied up at the moment, but we'll see how far that one goes. You also uses he, him pronouns.
We're all feeling very nonchalant about murder and death tonight. Hey, everybody. I'm Wings, also known as Dane Keener. I am the DM of this here production. Let's get right back in with a recap. During session 18, the posse made preparations for the Baron's arrival, including lacing the rail station with dynamite, learning the nature of Daisy Graves' artifice, and encouraging the dead of Leafy Springs to go to the wishing well. While waiting for the Skyrail to arrive so they could ambush the Baron, the posse was able to intercept a delivery containing bottles of blood, suggesting a dubious source to the Baron's power. Daisy Graves arrived with a coterie of constructs, including the soul of her dead husband bound to an imposing artifice. The posse attacked. Sorry. Derailing the train and descending on Graves' constructs. In the ensuing fight, Triss took control of Foreman Firearms and used him to slay his wife, Daisy Graves. When we last left off, the Baron had emerged from the wreckage of the locomotive and taken Ruth hostage. So we're going to jump back into combat. We are still in initiative. We're just going to continue from there. On account of the fact that we kind of went over time last week, my computer didn't switch over from the time zones. So I looked down and I thought, Gee, I'm tired. Wow, I need to go another hour. Okay, let's hunker down and keep going. And then I realized, oh wait. Anyway, we're back in it. Let me make sure I'm unmuted on the CC. There we go. All right.
Yay.
We were at the top of Foreman Firearms' turn. If I remember correctly, he was quite upset with Trisannas for making him murder his wife and then taunting him over it. So we're gonna send 2 rail spikes in her direction. Yes. Oh. First one's a 26 versus AC. Second one looks like it's a natural 20. So that's going to be 9 damage for that one and then 8 damage for the other one.
I'd like to interrupt the first one.
Please do.
Shit. Is that within 10?
Not of you.
Within 10 squares. It's not feet around here, it's squares.
Right. It
But
is not.
still, that's 12. Oof.
Never mind.
Is it the attacker or the attackee?
An ally within range.
Fuck. Okay, dope. So 8 plus 9?
Indeed.
It's probably of you.
Owie zowie.
Okay. And then this fella is going to start backing up and putting himself between y'all and the Baron. Triss, it is your turn now.
Sorry, you said Triss and I forgot who I was. All right. Boy, that guy hurt me real big, real bad.
And you've got an ongoing 5 damage, so we should resolve that.
Oh boy. Oh right, because I have a railroad spike in me, huh?
You.
I got holes in me.
Dope.
I've been impaled.
I'm cold.
I'm cold, sir. How much is my movement?
6 squares.
Okay.
Typically, unless there's something different about you. I don't know.
All right, I'm gonna go. Hello. I want token, please. I'm gonna move over here so I get closer.
Yeah.
And boy. Uh-huh. I'm gonna
You can't always use your second wind, which everyone has access to.
True. Is that a minor action? Or I moved as a minor action, right?
That's your move action.
Oh, okay.
And I believe second wind is a standard,
Okay.
but I could be wrong about that. And if anyone knows the answer, feel
Where's the
free to
crib?
correct me.
What's the question?
Second wind. It's a standard action.
It's a standard
Okay.
action to use up a healing surge.
Okay. I can do things, but I've already done a lot of things. So, okay. I am gonna go ahead and do that, I guess. And then it is a standard action to pull this railroad spike out.
It's a save.
That is a save, which happens at the end of your turn.
Okay, I'm ready for that.
Okay. You did spend your healing surge and everything?
Yep.
Okay.
If you have a minor action, you can use it to drink a potion.
But you have a potion?
You should.
Yeah, I have dynamite.
I have a potion.
Yeah, I don't have any potions.
I have 6 Someone take a potion.
You're very far away from me.
We ought to have distributed those, I'm seeing.
I'm pretty sure I did.
I'm fully willing for you to have distributed potions. Like, I'm not gonna enforce it just because that's what your inventory says.
Okay.
Who should have potions right now?
I've got 6, so I guess 1 to Rakel, 1 to Triss, and 1 to Ruthie.
All right, go ahead and write those down.
You got it.
I'll go down to 2 then.
And what? How much is that?
You just expend another healing surge.
Okay. Then I shall do that.
The minor action to give you another healing surge.
Okay. And what's the save?
D20.
Just a flat D20.
18, baby.
You save.
Let's go.
Let's go. All right.
That's me.
That's you. Then it's Rakel next.
How far is that? 3 squares. Cool. Morbek's gonna go up a little bit. I am gonna go up a little bit.
Oh.
Morbek is going to use let's say protecting strike.
23 is definitely gonna hit.
For 12 damage on this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, no one is adjacent to the spirit companion. Never mind. Okay, I can't move him. Roll 20. Roll 20, please. I would like to have moved him next to Kid so that Kid can get the 2 temporary hit points.
Thanks. Also, it's you restore 10 hit points on a healing potion.
The healing surge value?
No, by drinking a healing potion, you expend a healing surge and heal 10 straight.
So instead of your healing surge value?
Yeah. I heard you say your healing surge value, not the instead of.
No worries. Sorry. It's just that good old-fashioned Zoom throttling.
And I hope this goes through.
Okay.
Should be...
Triss,
You are an out.
take a... Okay, hang on. You can spend another healing surge.
Oh my gosh. That's 3 healing surges in the span of less than 6 seconds. Triss is like...
And, Kid, if you have hit points missing, you can restore 3 of them.
I'm back at full, baby!
Yay. Triss is like taking root. She's like growing new branches and limbs and leaves.
Turns
The
out the land of
mycelium
the
is
dead
kind of-
is very fertile.
The mycelium is kind of like brushing up against your feet.
Mycelium.
That's it. That's it for me.
Meanwhile, on the other side of the battlefield, Kid had been running to join the more active side of the fight, but the last remaining skeletal construct back there had grabbed him and prevented him from moving any further. And speaking of that guy, it's not his turn. This guy, however, is going to rush forward and try and grab Rakel. 10 probably doesn't hit your reflex.
No.
Alright. That's him. Kid, it's your turn.
I'm gonna smack this critter in front of me.
Oh no.
Whatever will he do? Perish.
Die, mostly.
You know what? I'm gonna just encase it and booming blade him.
Mm-hmm.
Critical.
Dang. That's enough. What's it look like when you booming blade this fucking skeleton and destroy it?
Kid manages to push the skeleton off of him, pulling out his rifle. He spins it and strikes the ground. There's a clap of thunder that launches the skeleton into the air, and Morbek just jaws clamp down.
Nice.
Good boy.
Anything else for you, sir?
Yeah, whenever I hit with a melee attack, because of my Vanishing Blade ability, I get to teleport 3 squares away.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna use 6 squares to get real close to the foreman.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna expend an action point to attack him.
Oh boy.
Actually, minor action, mark him.
Mm-hmm.
So he gets the blue dot.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Where do I wanna... Actually, is he within... could I have moved here for haha funny times? That's still within 6.
Sure, yeah.
Actually, one more over. Let me just scooch. I'm gonna lightning lure Ruthie.
Eh! Okay. Yeah, I'll let you do it. But
Okay.
I don't know how.
Will you allow him to get hit? Well, what's your AC? 25?
My
27?
26.
Shit,
I mean,
I don't think I'm gonna be able to hit that.
I mean, you can choose to get hit by an attack if you want. That is something that I will allow.
Oh,
Ruthie, trust me!
You got it!
The lasso forms over Kid's head, and he launches it at Ruth, and yanks Ruth over to him away from the Baron.
Before
Amazing.
being yanked, Ruth looks at the bear and just, catch you later, Dex.
I'm gonna put him right here. Actually, I'll... Adjacent to me? Wait, is it adjacent?
So stupid.
Unoccupied space adjacent.
So I take
that'd
8?
be- Yeah, 8.
You
Which
got
is,
it.
you know what? That's the best possible outcome. That was a 1. Yeah. So that's it for me.
Ruthie took that damage.
Yeah.
All right, Ruth, 'tis your turn.
All right, save ends, I think, is what I'm aiming
So first of all,
for.
you're taking ongoing damage.
Yeah.
So we're gonna need 5 for that.
Okay.
And then you're also stunned.
Uh-huh.
So stunned is a save ends thing, and it's a roll at the end of your turn. And stunned fucking sucks. So
You can't take any action, so it's
Yeah.
basically...
Take any action.
No, that's why I said, like, you asked what my turn was, and I said, save ends. Like, that's...
yeah.
That's what
You're making
going
2 saves is what
Uh-huh.
you're doing. So go ahead and save for ongoing damage.
And that's just a d20, right?
Yes.
10.
You save,
Thank God.
and now you're saving for stunned.
1.
Oh my god,
I'm gonna
Ruthie.
action point it,
Oh, okay, go for it.
because we can't be having this.
Importante. Save is importante.
Yeah.
Hey!
There you
Both ends
go.
of the spectrum!
We may as well be flipping a coin. Okay. So you are saved from stunned.
I hope he doesn't do that again.
He probably is.
That'd be really inconvenient.
What?
Sure would be.
No, I'm totally bummed.
But it wasn't bummed.
Oh no.
In fact, I was stoked.
You guys are silly. Okay. Well, let me just remember what the Baron's fucking stat block does. It has been a week.
If I recall correctly, it's a lot of stuff that he can do
He
repeatedly.
makes me sad.
Well, Well, first of all, let's see if he recharges this thing. And this is within 3. So he's gonna move here first.
Uh-oh.
And then he's going to try. You know what? He needs to do a recharge. There should be a recharge on here, and I did not put one. So, poo-poo on me. Unless I intended not to make this a recharge, which would be very silly. Very silly, Danae.
He wasn't recharging last time, so I don't know. I'm okay if it's a recharge, though.
Did he stun more than once?
Yeah, he stunned me twice.
Last time?
Yeah.
Oh, motherfucker. He was supposed to be recharging.
It's alright, we
This
have a
guy-
grudge.
This guy's a stinker. Okay. It's definitely his fault, not mine. Okay. He's... You call him Dex, and this kind of, like, seems to hit a nerve with him. He stiffens up, sort of, like, takes his glasses off, and he steps forward with, like, this brimming, like, power in his eyes as he's trying to use his vampiric gaze on Kid, but he neglected to realize that Kid doesn't open his fucking eyes, so it doesn't work on him. That being the case, since he did not recharge on that, he's going to use his action to run away.
Hey, wait a minute.
Did he use...
He used his movement already to
Yeah.
step closer to Kid.
He used his movement to step closer. But the thing about 4th edition is that there is an hierarchy of actions that you can switch out for one another. You can
Right,
choose to
'cause you can use your action again to move.
Oh, okay.
move instead.
Yeah. You just
So he's
can't
using his-
attack. You can't move, attack, move.
Yes.
Unless
So
you're
he's
Ruthie.
Got
Unless
it.
you're Ruthie. And you have a special power for that. So the Baron does that, realizes it's not working, and then runs away. This skeletal construct. What can they do again?
Grab.
Hug.
Yeah, they sure can, can't they? He's actually going to stay on the Baron's tail.
But his bony grippers. They're
You know
ungripping.
what?
He's grabbing the coat tails and just like making sure that the Baron doesn't get any dust on his jacket.
Clunk, 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 clunk.
Oh my god. Okay. Foreman Firearms. It is the beginning of his turn. He's got a couple of bad boys that are awful close to him, and that's uncomfortable. So he's going to use a melee attack on Ruthie. Does a 26 hit your, or excuse me, a 29 hit your AC.
29 does.
Okay, 7 damage. I'm pretty sure he used this action point. Let me just delete that real quick. Also, he just attacked someone that wasn't you, Kid. Would a
Did
27
he-
have hit?
Would a 27 have? Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna use my reaction to reduce that by 5, so Ruthie's only taking 2.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
Cool.
Cool. Well, that's Mr. Firearms. I do believe his normal attack. Yeah, he can only attack in melee once. Very fun for him. Okay, Triss. 'Tis you.
Hello. Triss grabs her gold sack and reaches in, and as she pulls out, she creates a level 3 item. Or a level 3 item. Let's see, this is telling me 680, and this one is telling me 1600.
Rakel sneezes.
Huh?
Rakel
Rakel
sneezes.
sneezes loudly.
Oh, I see. Either way, I could still create it. And I will put it in the chat. I'm gonna run over as she pulls out this glowing piece of the glowing orb, and is going to hand it off. I'm gonna avoid this person here. And hello, please give me my token. I'm gonna run over to Ruthie, and I'm gonna hand off this item, which is Peller's Sun Blessing. Which, if you deal damage to a target that has vulnerability to radiant damage, which I assume a vampire does, I'm guessing.
Who knows?
Might. You deal an extra damage equal to your wisdom or constitution modifier, which for Ruthie is the same. Whichever's higher.
You got it.
Where is
It's
this
an
at?
at-
Can I have a look? Can I look at it?
Yeah, I put it in the, oh, I didn't hit send. There you go. As an at-will, you emit a bright light 5 square radius. As a minor action, you can stop emitting the light. And then its daily power is an ally within 5 squares of you can spend a healing surge. That ally gains +1 item bonuses to saving throws until the end of the encounter. I am the I'm the item queen.
What does this look like? Like, what does the item look like?
Portable sun.
It
This
is.
As an item, this is a divine boon.
Mhm.
So
Praise the sun.
what-
I'm a tree.
what does this look like when you
The
when
plastic
you give it to
bottle with a
Ruthie?
blue cap.
It looks like a Corona. No, it's a golden orb that as she's running over, she activates it. She turns it like a lament configuration, but circular. And it kind of emits a chain out, and she just kind of throws it over Ruthie's neck. It's like pats his shoulder. It's like, you got this.
Sick.
Major action or a standard action, bonus action to put it on Ruthie, and a movement. That's me.
Love to
So
see
that's
it. That's incredible. Okay.
So this radiance emits at a 5 square radius.
I can do that.
Thanks, bud.
5 squares, you say?
Yeah. What
Hands
is
up.
it? Praise the sun? Hands up?
Praise the sun. This is silly. Okay.
That's me.
All right, Rakel, it is your turn.
I am going to try and get Morabet close to me, but he can only get like yay far. So instead, I am going to try and stab this bony prick in front of me that I just sneezed on.
Oh my goodness, hello. Same time
7.
every night. 7 is not gonna hit, I'm afraid.
I'll just sit here. That's it.
Well, so long as you insist. 19 versus reflex?
Yeah.
Alright, you is grabbed. What do you want? You don't hear that squeaky little meow, do you?
We do. It's very cute.
Oh my goodness.
Very small, very demure, very mindful.
Come here. Come on. Oh my goodness. Alright, kid, it's your turn.
Okay, me? It's my turn?
Yay.
Tis you!
Well, there's a pinata in front of us, Ruthie.
I think Ruth says the real pinata's hightailing it that way.
Right, we should probably deal with this first, though. I don't want to spike up my ass. Minor action. Oh, no, I can't do that. Gah! Okay. I am going to Booming Blade this mofo in front of me. 17 versus AC?
No.
Oof. And I'm all out of action points. Well, I do have Ghost Step up, so I'm going to shift 2 as my movement, and as a minor, that is all I can do. That is my turn.
Okay. There she is. Isn't she lovely? This guy's dead. Ruth, 'tis your turn.
So Ruth is going
You're
to
bloodied.
use.
That's significant for you.
I can move. I can fight. So seeing as how I am stuck right next to this guy, you would want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 would not get me close to the Baron. But what I can do is my cut and run as a ranged. So I'm going to use that. So after the first or second attack, I can shift 3 squares. So I don't believe I can see the Baron. Is that correct? Or would I be able to see him through the guy?
That's a good question. I think this guy's big enough that would be an issue, yes.
Okay.
Like, the thing is, you can see him, it's just the guy is in the way.
Gotcha.
There are rules for this. You can try to shoot through this guy's space and hit the Baron, but you would take a knock to your, like, the Baron would be considered to be in cover.
Okay, so what I think I'm going to do then is that I'm going to try and move and provoke an attack of opportunity.
Okay.
Cut and run lets you, like, just do any attack, right? It doesn't require a melee?
The melee one I've already used this combat.
Got it.
Yeah, so that's why I was looking at the ranged variant. However,
Got it.
my AC buffs itself.
You don't get a 2 different uses of it. You don't get a melee and a ranged.
Okay,
Oh, you only get
well,
one.
And you can choose melee or ranged.
Solves that problem now, doesn't
Sorry.
it? No, that's okay.
Sorry.
No, that's totally fine. Okay, so what I am going to do instead is that I am going to provoke an attack of opportunity.
Okay.
From Mr. Firearms.
Okay. Thing is, you have only moved 1 square. Do you intend to move further?
I do intend to move more, but I know that when I move in a threatened zone, that's when his thing procs.
It doesn't provoke. Well, I guess. Sure. Yeah. I guess it would provoke at this point.
Is he bloodied? The bad guy?
This one?
Yeah.
No. Foreman Firearms is looking fresh.
Yeah, we haven't hit him at all.
14 versus AC is definitely not going to hit.
6. So I'll move 6 there. And then I'm going to use my Twin Strike ability from range. Because I can't get closer to the Baron than that. 13 versus AC.
That's a good question. Let me check. 13 does not hit his AC.
21?
21 does.
21 does. Okay, so on the 21, he would be taking 2 points of damage, but then an additional 4 points of radiant damage because of the sun sphere that I currently have resting on my neck.
Okay. Give me a second to check something real quick.
Yep, take your time.
There's more reactions here. Oh, Baron. Oh, Baron. Oh, Baron.
Oh, he has a duder right next to him.
He do.
He do.
Okay. Yes. This one gets to shift forward and make a basic attack against you.
Okay.
11's not going to hit your AC.
Nah.
Glad I resolved that. Okay. That's his 2 closest allies. Is there a range on that? Close burst 5. Yeah, he's too far away. Okay, it's just him. All right. The Baron. Like, what does this look like when you attack him? Is this with a hand axe, a gun?
So this would have to be. This would have to be something quick. So I think that Ruth has been I think that he's just been keeping like tomahawks on him. I don't think that he uses guns necessarily, but like he definitely has like utility hand axes that he is keen at throwing. And so on this one specifically, like he throws the first one. He's put off kilter by the Bone Boy running up at him and being like, yeah, and like can't do it. And then once he kind of like dodges and ducks out of the way, he taps the flat side of the axe against this glowing blessing of the sun that has been bestowed on him. And he says, this has been a long time coming. And then just straight and true.
There with a meaty chunk, it buries itself into the Baron's shoulder. He staggers backwards, and like he looks horrified. Like he kind of like looks down and seems surprised to see this hatchet sprouting from his chest, and he's just like kind of dripping black ichor, and like kind of like isn't sure whether he should like grab it and take it out or what. Like,
do I take it out? Do I leave it in? Do I take it out? Do I leave it in?
Yeah,
always leave it in.
It's like
Nah,
to
you can take
everyone
it
on
out.
the field, it is very clear that this guy like had a front of bravado and has not seen a day on the battlefield. Like this is this is a civvy with an axe in his chest. So he sort of like looks down at that and he looks back up again. He says, "Ruthless, Ruthie, whatever you're going by nowadays. I'm in a bind here. Let's make a deal. What do you want? Gold?
All of
I can
yours.
get you gold. What?
Every last coin you have, Dex.
Fine. It's yours. You can have it. Just let me go."
Ruth tilts his head back to the rest of the party. Sounds like someone's trying to make us a deal. Do we take him up on it? What do you say? And Ruth
Little
is
busy, Ruth.
pulling out another hand axe.
I think
Oh.
vampires are pretty unnatural. I think you should send him back to the ground. See if his spirit takes form.
I actually got a better line. You know what? I'll let you handle the negotiations.
Are y'all talking about something over there?
Killing him!
What?
Did you add the +2, by the way?
I did, yeah.
Okay, good. I just want to
Yeah,
make sure
yeah.
I missed it. I wasn't paying attention. It's my experience that mercy doesn't usually get you anywhere.
Yeah, that's minor action. I am going to finally drink the potion that kid gave me a while back.
Boy, oh boy. Sounds like good stuff.
Oh, it is.
All right. The Baron on his turn is going to back away. Just sort of like all the while he's got his like hands up. And he says, "It's all in the train. It's all in the locomotive. You can have all you want."
Just follow your nose.
He's gonna back away. That's 2, 3, 4. He'll use his action to keep moving. Yeah, that's him. That's his turn. Skeletal construct is gonna try and grab you, Ruthie.
Oh, against reflex. Oh boy, that might actually
Yeah,
do something.
16 versus reflex.
That consider me grabbed.
You. All your eggs in one basket, you. Mr. Firearms only has eyes for Triss. You are not adjacent to him. So he's gonna level his gun in your face. .24 versus AC, Triss.
Yeah.
Reaction, reduce that by 5, 1 damage.
Oh, 22 versus AC.
Yeah.
Okay, 12?
My AC 17.
Okay. So the first one will hit, and you're only going to take 1 damage, but you will take ongoing.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
He is going to train burrow over.
He's going to what?
Yeah,
Train
he has
burrow.
a burrow. He has a burrow ability.
that only works on trains, which is unfortunate in this area. There's y'all are kind of equidistant from each other on this train. It makes positioning tricky for him. He's gonna
Good.
go this way, and now it's Triss's turn.
Hello, that's me. I'm gonna shoot. I'm gonna level my rifle. I'm gonna take a half a side step to my left to get a line of sight. And I'm gonna aim at this vampire dick face. Let's heckin' go. Did I use Biting Swarm? No, that's not very beneficial right now. All right, I'm going to do a just a normal attack, basic ranged. I still have my stance. Ugh. 10 versus AC. No. I'll use an action point for that. I don't like this motherfucker. Yeah, there you go. 24 versus AC.
That's a little more reasonable.
Oh shit, wait, no. He's
What?
not within 5 square space. Okay, that's okay. It's okay. Sorry, Simon. Alright. Yeah, so that's 9 damage. I did not do a biting swarm. But I could.
You say this every time. You say this
I know.
every time. Your ranged
Just so
attack
you know.
is replaced with a biting swarm because you can use your biting swarm as a ranged basic.
Yeah.
And
I
there's
mean,
no
I might
reason
as
not
well.
to.
Is it cumulative, the negatives from the biting swarm and my mark,
They are not. Well, yes, they are. Never mind.
because they're separate sources?
Okay.
Yeah.
But I can. Oh, it's at will. Okay. Yeah.
The question is, does it say? It just says a -2 penalty, right?
To
Yeah.
attack
Not
rolls until the
disadvantage or
start.
anything. Yeah. So I
Correct.
think that would be cumulative. That makes sense to me.
Okay.
Put a green little dot on there as the biting swarm makes it harder for him to
Oh,
fire.
Thorn. Oh, all right. Thorn Cloud is at will as well. It's not. Okay. I have to remember that.
Wait, weren't you shooting the Baron?
Yeah.
Oh, you're shooting the Baron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're shooting him.
Yeah.
Hold on. Does this hit his AC?
24.
24.
Dude, he dies.
Ha! He had no HP.
I do the Sean Connery thing, okay? So he's starting to run away, and Triss like sidesteps away from this construct, levels her gun. You see her take a breath, and as she does, the camera follows the bullet and just like tags him right in the back. As this biting swarm, this hands of ghosts, crawl around him. He falls to the ground.
I'm thinking of like how this takes out a vampire. I think that he turns around at just the right moment and your gun shatters the hatchet in his shoulder. And the splinters, like it like stakes him, and he just like falls to the ground and turns to dust and then like blows away. Just
Well,
like immediately.
I was gonna
It's
say
so
if the hatchet
fast.
is, bless you.
Bless you.
If the hatchet was already in his chest, maybe the shot made him trip and he just falls on the
Oh
hatchet
my
and hits himself.
god. That's so much funnier.
Triss puts the gun up on her shoulder. She says, "Oh, my apologies, Ruth. I didn't think that was gonna kill. I didn't think he'd be so squishy."
He always was.
Knights in the courtyard on that guy.
The real boss were the couple we.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
It's almost like the real
goodness.
strength of any employer is in the workers. Don't have time to unpack that.
Interesting. All right, anything else for you, Triss? Sorry, I didn't realize that.
Today we seize the
attacking
means of
the Baron.
production.
Yeah. No, that's my.
So funny.
No, that's my attack. I will. I'll go ahead and. Heck, I'll close the distance between me and this motherfucker.
Oh.
Oh, I can't because I moved already.
Yeah.
Scooch back.
Excuse me back. I
Did you
think I
take
was-
your ongoing 5?
No, I didn't. Thank you.
I'm here to help.
And then I need to. 16.
You save.
Hell yeah.
You are rid of that dreadful pink dot. All right, Rakel, you've been gripped. You've been graved.
Yeah, I'm first off sneezing in this bonehead's face as vampire dust tickles my nose. Morabek, I hope is within
Yeah.
is within the space to be able to do a bite.
Oh boy. Marbek's been really good against these skeleton guys.
He just
Bones.
wants his bone.
He do love his bones. Bones, bones, bones.
Should we get more back at like a pig's ear or something?
No, he's got I don't know what kind of ears he got.
No, it's like a thing you give the pups so they can clean their teeth by gnawing on it. It's also a nice treat.
Going to do a defending strike against this guy.
Fudge, yeah.
That's 19 against reflex hit.
Totally, yeah. Absolutely.
Cool. 9 damage, and I'll get a +1 to my AC here. Do I have to do an action to save from the grapple?
Yes. Yeah, getting grabbed. You either kill the thing that's grabbing you, or you use an action to escape.
Cool. I'm not gonna do that because I use my action for Morabek to do a bite, and I think Rakel is a little woozy from having done 2 very loud dad sneezes in very quick succession.
Yes, it is an action. Just double checking. I am now playing 2 different kinds of 5th edition and 4th edition all at once.
I realized that this week I'm playing 4th, new edition,
4th,
old
5th,
edition.
and 5th point, and 5th
Yeah.
5.
5-0. The O stands for other.
And I'm playing Tales of the Valiant, which is the Cobalt Pressed version of edition.
Oh my god. What are we doing? What are we doing with our lives?
Learning a new system.
Our best.
I'm standing over the crock pot, doing my best. This skeleton does not hit you. Kid, 'tis your turn.
Kid's going to boot scoot boogie this way. Yelling to Ruth, "You ready for me to bring the party?"
And Ruth, who's currently being grabbed by bony grippers, just make it rain.
Promise of Storm as a minor action, so my next Lightning Lure will deal 4 extra damage if I hit. Lightning Lure, 20 to hit. Fortitude.
Yeah, I reckon.
12 lightning damage. Oh wait, I think I moved to the... No, I moved to the right space. Could you be a deer and shunt him right here?
All the way over there. I see what you're doing.
Yeah. Digit minor, and that is my turn.
You said 12 lightning damage. Yes, okay.
Yep.
Sorry, I was trying to make that math make sense. Ruthie.
So Ruth is going to, if I am understanding my items correctly, I can make myself bloodied with
Yes,
my
but
axe?
you are already bloodied.
I
right?
am not, because I drank that
Oh, you're not.
potion.
Oh, you can take a certain amount of damage, and you count as bloodied for a turn.
Okay, I just don't remember
what your
what
item
the
does.
amount of damage was.
It's like equal to something. Let me look at your. Let me look at your
It's-
character sheet.
It's half, isn't it?
Let me look at your character sheet.
I was gonna look something up.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's the battle crazed weapon, right?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna hit that one.
Equal to
Deal damage
half
to
your
yourself
level.
equal to half your level. Ignoring resistances, you are considered bloody for all purposes, including beneficial effects.
You got it. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to use my Dire Wolverine Strike.
Oh boy.
So I must be wielding 2 melee weapons, each enemy in a burst you can see. 20 versus AC. On both.
That will hit, yes.
Okay, so then that is going to be for 10 damage, and while I'm bloodied, it's an additional 2 when I hit with while wielding the weapon, so that's 12 total to both.
Nice. Alright. Okay, cool. Baron is dead. That dust kind of blows by on the wind. And it kind of like blows past your cheek, and you hear like a voice. The wind almost sounds like it's carrying a voice, and it sounds like your fault.
Sounds like my ex-wife.
But her aim is getting better. He's dead. Skeletal construct, you are flanked, and he will attack.
And I am gripped currently. I don't know if
You're
that does
gripped.
anything.
You're flanked. You're gripped means you can't move.
Okay.
I reckon that a 27 hits you.
A 27 does.
A 13 damage.
I see now where I have misread this.
Oh,
Eh?
that's okay. I'm still kicking. I'm still
Should've been-
standing.
I should have been down here and then summoned him down one. So
I'm still standing better than I ever did. Triss, give me a nature check.
Yes, ma'am. $25.
You see a ghost. And okay, sorry, hold on. I came in awful hot with that one. I wanted to tease a little first. You see a ghost.
No. I'll pretend I didn't hear it.
Do it again. Do it again.
I sure hope she does.
There's a weird break in the miasma, and it's been kind of in the periphery of your vision for the majority of this fight, and then you realize that actually this is a ghost that has been manifesting above the fight since right about the time Daisy Graves died, and. Finally, you see this ghost descend on the widower firearms, and finally like coalesce and make her make her visage take
No.
form. And she sort of lands on top of him in this sort of like feral hunch, like right above the diving bell face of his artifice. And she's got her her scorpion tail up, and it almost looks like she's about to attack him. And you can hear her say, "The Baron's dead. Let's get out of here." And he's like, "But, honey." And he looks over at you with this hatred in his eyes, and she's like, "Forget it." And she reaches in and grabs him and starts pulling him out.
Noted.
They're gonna provoke opportunity attacks here if you guys want to take them.
You bet. I am not above attacking a ghost.
All right. Go for it and tell me who you're targeting.
I will target. I'll target Daisy. That seems fine. That seems fun. Just a regular attack. I don't know if I have a basic attack.
You should.
I have Twin Strike. Or I guess it would be Twin Strike, right?
Melee basic? You don't got that?
So does a natural 20 hit the AC with my Battle Crazed Hand Axe?
Dear Lord. yeah, I reckon it do.
Yay! Which does max damage. Which would be 1d6, and then since I'm bloodied, it's an additional
11.
When bloodied I deal an additional d6, and because it's a crit, it's an additional d6. So I get 5d6 out of that.
How much extra damage do you do because of your radiance?
That is an additional 4. 2? I thought it was based off of my modifier.
It is, but I thought your modifier was just 2.
For Constitution? Oh. No, it's mod is mod plus half level.
Oh,
so
no.
An additional 4. So a total of 34 from the hand axe on the ghost of Daisy Graves.
Oh, fuck, dude. She descends like an angel from above, and she begins pulling her husband out of this fucking Big Daddy artifice. And he's looking up at her like, yeah, maybe I don't need vengeance. Maybe we can just live together in death. And then this axe fucking just chops her, and she explodes in a fucking...
Champagne supernova.
Yeah.
Someday they'll find her.
And he's just being showered in this glitter, this kind of turquoise soul coal residue. And he just you see all happiness leave his eyes, and he goes, "Ah!"
To be fair, we wouldn't see his eyes because of the diving bell, but he's still very mad at us.
I imagine
there's
you can see them and they just flare, you know.
There's a window. Yeah, there's he's a fire genasi, and
Yeah.
I imagine that where before he kind of had a red orange color scheme, it's now more of a blue color scheme because ghost literally
palette.
just fire flares out of that window. And he's
See
gonna
the little anime vein pop just multiply from outside the diving bell.
he literally explodes.
Uh-oh.
23 versus Ruth and Kid's reflex.
That is a hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
All right, 22 damage, friends.
It's just ragdoll physics for Ruth. Just place me wherever. That brought me down to 0. Yeah.
You clip into the train. I reckon that's it. That's game.
The boy. Buggy boy.
The other two skeletons in the combat both likewise ragdoll.
Look at each other and then run away.
His spirit's gone.
Well, yes, his spirit is gone. He
No.
exploded himself in order to do that attack.
Kid, potion,
And
potion.
And Daisy Graves' spirit is likewise also gone, which is why these artifices stop working.
Mm-hmm.
Digging in bags, scrambling over to Ruthie. Are there death saves in 4E?
I've never.
What
really
happens
used
when
them.
HP equals 0?
Let me look. Let me see what
It
death
says
saves
death
are like.
save
in
Dying.
Revelation.
Making saving throws on your turn. 3 failures and you roll die. Roll 20 plus and spend a healing surge. If HP becomes bloodied value as negative, you die.
Ah, got it.
Thankfully, that wasn't the case.
You're just at 0.
Ah, that's kind of fun.
Okay.
I should have made the miasma have an effect on your death saving throws. That would also be fun.
I mean, to be fair, technically it has an effect on the healing surges, but we have
Not
fancy
anymore.
hats and things.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
Pop the cork, open up Ruth's
Give me
mouth.
one death saving throw just for funsies.
Okay.
If it's a 1, does it count as 2?
It's just a D20, yeah?
Yep.
Bam! 8. It's a fail.
Yeah, that would have been a fail. I mean, it's still a fail.
Hear the train coming for me.
There's an old
Not
black
today.
train coming, screaming along the iron. You don't need no ticket, boy. It'll take you in its time.
I'm gonna get the Baron. I'm gonna start piling up the gold.
He
0
turned
gold.
to ash.
Only dust.
Nope. What? But he had a gold value.
He blatantly and explicitly stated, all of my gold is in the train. It is yours. I would like
He
to run
relinquished
and
his gold,
leave.
yeah.
And Triss heard, easy target. Bam!
That's fair. I have a question. How much does Triss know about vampires? Is he gonna mist back to his coffin and come back?
question.
I've played
Yeah,
Curse of
sure,
Strahd before. I know what's up.
Yeah. I hear what you're coming from here. Vampires are whatever I make of them, I guess.
That's true.
Let's make some checks to see if they work the same way.
I shouldn't have asked.
To the court, addressing to the court here on this one. You know, we are in a valley where the rules of death are a little funky. Mayhaps his vampire ability does not work in this place, and that is why he always has people meet him on the train, and he always is surrounded by guards and such things. He also has not had a fresh supply of blood because we
while.
broke those boxes.
He sure did.
You got it.
Give me some checks to know about
Anyone
vampire
in
stuff.
particular? Nature?
I mean, make some arguments for me.
Would a heal
Well.
check? What about endurance? Would endurance? I'm bullshitting on that.
I mean,
one.
if do you want to do a heal check?
No, I am focused on healing me.
Oh, I see.
yeah.
I'm thinking. I mean, they're not. They are natural. They're supernatural beings,
Mhm.
right? So
Mhm.
I don't think. I mean, in my own argument, I don't think nature would actually be very helpful. I
think an arcana could help here. I think
Maybe a
could help
history.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not great at either of those, so let's see
Heck,
how it
even
goes.
even a streetwise, if
21.
21 is that?
I
a
rolled a
Things called
19.
bias trees.
Triss. Triss is so goth.
Shut up.
Okay. A historical perspective of this. Triss, you have heard of vampires in the past. Vampires typically are only able to do that if they are what is like called a master vampire. This guy popped too quickly to have been a master vampire. Like
There.
this guy is giving you Spawn vibes for sure.
Okay. Dope. Okay. A Spawn, not the character. I was like, wait, let me remember the lore for that one.
Vampire spawns. Vampire.
Yeah, got it.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
As Ruthie is finishing healing, Kid is walking back over to Foreman Firearms' diving suit. Can he check the wanted poster if it's rolled over?
Check the wanted poster.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me an Arcana check.
Because I have a red string theory now that you've said this.
Okay.
Here. 18.
You open up the wanted poster, and you're looking at the poster, and the Baron is now dead in the poster. Like it has updated to show him like mid-death. Like, well, it's more like scary, like vampire eyes and like and he's like in the middle of turning into dust. But that gold total is still there in front of you.
Because we have
gotta
to
collect it.
collect it. Okay. I'm gonna dust the suit that the foreman has.
I've said this before. The stuff here is not made of law.
Got it.
It was put together by lawless people. It's not made like that.
Okay. Could I take a wrench and some Arcana checks to pry the miniguns off his arms?
Yeah, sure, if you want to. Is that something you want to do?
They're miniguns.
Oh, okay, all right, yeah, sure.
Sorry.
Rakel just sort of like walks past you, just like,
Nope.
wiping her nose. Morbek is trotting behind her with like 3 bones in his mouth, all popping out at weird angles. One of which is sort of like clipping through his nose.
Oh, buddy, hold on.
And just went over to check on Ruth. Things disintegrated, so I assumed the guy's dead. Oh yeah, you got shot. Ew, oh shit.
Yeah, he's taking a 5.
All my bones hurt. All my bones hurt.
What did we learn?
Not a damn thing.
And that's the problem.
I was kidnapped mid-fight, and then a man exploded. I don't know if there is much to be learned. If you have a lesson you can give me, I'm all ears. But I'll have you know that they are ringing quite a significant bit on account of the being exploded. And the age, but mostly the exploded.
I don't have a lesson for you. I'm not a teacher. That would be experience. How was this one?
I don't feel better. Or I don't feel as good as I thought I would. I'm tired. I'm tired, Rakel.
I think it might be a good idea for us to head back to town and take a rest. I think we've earned it.
No, what we have earned is inside of that train. That is what we earned.
Sound of furious grunting and metal on glass can be heard as Kid is frustrated. He can't take these miniguns off the arms.
What are we looking for?
Gold. Same thing we've been looking for the last several towns that we've been to. Baron said that it was all inside the train. So if we want to clear his bounty, gold's the ticket. All aboard. And Ruth just, like, gets back up.
You wouldn't happen to know if he meant in a location within the train, or the gold is what comprises the train.
Oh, he was never smart enough to do something like that. I'm guessing it's probably in a chest or something.
All right.
Probably keep an eye out in case said chest is trapped, like a last ha-ha hee-hee.
Morabek and Rakel will follow their noses to the gold, and whenever she breaks out in hives, I'm sure we will have found it.
Bless her. Yeah.
Yeah, she's asking for that a lot.
You can do that. You can do that. I'm not even gonna make you roll for it. It is in such number. And like the veil of ownership has fallen from it. It like when the Baron died, it kind of like washed over you. It was overbearing. It was like walking into a house where like a meal had been cooking all day. And likewise, you kind of have that empty feeling of like, I want that. You are able to sort of like wiggle in through the window that the Baron crawled out of. And you find that like this particular train car is like the ground is just littered with the stuff. It's carpeted with gold. And meanwhile there appears to be a sarcophagus just sort of cattywampus in this pile as the train had been knocked sideways. And so like the sarcophagus itself has like fallen open and there's just gold everywhere.
Vanity,
Found it.
thy name is Dexter.
I thought his name was Baron von Ferrum.
Baron's the title. Von Ferron's his last name. His first name was Dexter. Piece of shit through and through.
I'm terribly sorry. Did we know that you knew this Baron?
No. But once we get back to town, maybe it's time to come clean on a few things.
Ruthie, you don't have to tell us anything you don't want to.
We're a little far in this game to be hiding secrets, don't you think?
It's up to you. Well, let's start loading up.
1,680 gold.
Man. Divided 4 ways.
Ruth is going to take a brief moment from collecting gold to break the sarcophagus.
Did you say 1,680?
1,680.
420 for each of us, baby!
Wait, was that
Woo!
one or
That 8,000.
8?
Oh, 8,000.
8,600.
The CC picked up 8,000. I was totally ready for 1, and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
I said 8,000. It's on the weight screen.
Yes.
He has teeth.
No one looks at that today. We've established that.
Danae, I will hit you with a line you hit us all the time with. I have auditory processing issues
I'm working
sometimes.
on my listening
Totally
skills.
fine. Which is why I
2,170 gold each.
And with that, I think that's as good a time as any for us to go on break.
Alrighty, so we are going to try and be back in 5 to 10 minutes. So don't go no place unless it's to grab a food, grab a drink, grab a friend, or possibly go to indooradventure.redbubble.com, pick yourself up something nice, and we'll see all of you acorns shortly. Alright, everybody, see you soon! Hello, everybody, and welcome. We have returned, albeit a little bit richer. Danae, take us away.
A little bit richer, more like a lot of bit richer. I had to repeat myself many times because you guys could not believe that I was saying 4,000 instead of 1,000.
You said 8,000. You said 8,000. What is it, Danae? What is it?
It's what I said before. It's the
Okay.
8,000. It's just
Jesus.
a number, and therefore I discarded it immediately.
It's the Channing Tatum writing 4 on the board in 21 Jump Street.
We
For
did
sure.
not pay the math budget.
No.
We have numbers to
your-
do that for us.
Your law pockets, all the more heavier. You climb out of the ditch that the sky rail had rolled into, and you make your way back into town. Is that right?
I believe so.
Was that the plan? So that you can lick your wounds and rest before deciding your next move.
That was Ruth's goal anyway.
You find that the town is mostly quiet. Usually there's a bustling nightlife in Leafy Springs, but it is eerily quiet now. Almost like a ghost town.
So things have changed. Seems that
Yeah.
people are
There's
passing.
there's a definite vibe that things are different now.
I'm gonna see if I can find Jacob.
Yeah.
Jacob had gone off to go and do more work out in the
Yeah.
He's gonna come back unemployed.
out in Death
Yeah.
Valley.
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah.
Kit'll the entire time have Ruth on his shoulder just helping him up. But I guess we can go to that. Was it like a workhouse that Jacob was staying at?
It was a boarding house. Yep.
We
boarding
want
house, yeah.
this town now. Maybe go to the
Seems
bar.
things have gone back to normal a little bit.
Find ourselves a little bit of a drink.
Some
That would be
spirits.
nice, actually. Find a bar.
Yep.
Hey, y'all look after Ruthie. I got some more work to do in town.
Though I think that the danger has passed. Are you sure you want to be doing that by yourself?
Yeah, I should be fine. Aside from Rakel and Morbeck, I think I took the least hits out of all y'all.
All right, just last time I left you alone, you found yourself in a hunting pit.
To be fair, I wasn't alone that time. I was with Ruth.
We
That
found
doesn't make it
ourselves
better.
in a hunting pit.
Understood.
You have yet to see what my capabilities are solo.
Wonderful.
You're not instilling me with confidence.
I'll be fine, I promise. Soon as trouble turns up, I will amscray my ass back to the boarding house.
What the fuck did you just say to me?
Amscray?
What does that mean?
He'll
Escape.
retreat most hurriedly. It's a colloquialism.
Is amscray, like, offensive? I thought it was Pig Latin.
Scram.
Raquel.
It's a legitimate question from RJ. Did I just do an oopsie?
No,
I-
Raquel,
as-
Raquel is
As
just
far as I
barely
know, it's
doing
not.
common. Throw in pig primordial in there is not.
I
happening.
will retreat.
Big comment.
That's like something like a French accent character would say, like, you and your pig common.
Oh my god.
I did say pig primordial, but go ahead.
Write that down. Write that down.
This is genius. This is gold. No. This is Gold Rush.
Yeah, we're gonna go find a beverage.
Okay. So Ruth and Triss are heading to the bar. Is Raquel sticking with them?
Yes.
Okay. Kid is wandering off to go do something else. Let's figure out what Kid is up to first.
He's heading back to the train yard.
The boneyard, eh?
Yeah.
What are you doing there?
Surveying, seeing what can be repaired, what can be scrapped, what can be reacquired for their own purposes, scavenging, more or less.
It's pretty well picked over. Most of the immediately useful stuff has been picked up and carried away. Most of what you find is the frames of locomotives, the frames of buildings.
I'm sorry. the train where we just fought the Baron.
The wreckage, you
The
mean.
wreckage, yes.
Got it. Okay. There's a train yard that
And then there's this one. Yeah, I realized
then
as you were
there's this
saying it,
one.
like, oh wait.
You return to the wreckage, and the train is in a different position than it was before.
What the fuck?
Like you could at first you think that like it's playing tricks on you, but like there's like definitely like a divot in the ground where the train would normally be.
Sliding
it's-
down the embankment. He's gonna look over the train with an arcana, if be so kind.
Yeah, give me an Arcana check.
Don't. Please. 27.
This thing's old. Like really old. Like the style of it, like before you didn't have much time to like really grok this, but the style of this train is not the same as any other train you've ever seen before.
That's it? No reason why it's some shifted positions.
You can tell that it has been sort of refitted to run on soul coal, and it has a soul coal cart behind the engine that is mostly empty. It looks like it was going to be refueled when it pulled into the station.
Okay.
You will recall this is your ticket to getting to the Palisades.
Yep.
It has a line that runs straight there. And
But-
the Palisades, I will remind you, is a horrible snow-covered wasteland that is
Snowpiercer.
always in a blizzard. Always. Like Donner Party style blizzard. You get stuck in that, it's a death sentence type stuff. Like no one has passed the Palisades ever. Well, okay, not ever. Since it is what is keeping Goldtooth Joe trapped on the West Coast.
Yeah, Kid will take stock of what needs to be done to get the train back on the tracks, more or less. And probably refitting the engine is going to be a thing because we don't want to burn soul coal.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
give me another Arcana check.
Please. Pretty please. 25.
Okay. I feel like this is something that would take you like if you're gonna work on it like through the night, you would have it done by morning.
Okay. Before he begins working on the train and putting it back proper, he's gonna just pick up whatever soul coal he can find and head over to Smalls to deposit them in the well.
So you scoop up all of the soul coal, take it over to the wishing well to deposit it. Sorry, I can see.
Babies.
Baby.
It's just the one. It's Tisha. Yes, you can scoop up the remainder of that soul coal. I think that it is like there's so little left that you could, yeah, scoop it up yourself and take it there in one trip, in a big old sack. And you go over to the wishing well, dump that in there, and you notice that there's kind of sort of a ramshackle community beginning to like build up around the wishing well. Triss had done a lot of work to sort of point various spirits and souls in town towards the wishing well, and it seems that word has spread, and there are more and more people who are setting up shop here. You can see that there are tents, maybe some like carts, some like lean-tos that are getting put up as people are tending to congregate around here, and that stream is getting wider by the hour.
Yeah, if no one really specifically like talks to him as the only living person here, he'll just head back to the train and fix it up.
Coolio. All right, let's run back to the bar. What is the name of this bar? We're gonna call it the Lifted Spirits.
Got it. And I think Ruth walks in. No bartender, or I guess there might have been a bartender. Like, are they just like not is there staff, or is this place deserted?
Roll me a d20.
You got it.
Oh boy.
A 2.
This place is deserted. The door was left sort of hanging open. There was a lot of chaos earlier today, and it seems that this is one of the many places that cleared out when Kid just sort of ran through the street shooting bullets in the air.
That checks. Ruth will walk in, let himself behind the counter. He'll pull a bottle of what looks like a golden brown liquid for himself, and then he'll point towards you, Tris, and say, "What are you having?"
Maybe some watered down vodka, if there's any libations like that.
He'll find the clearest looking liquid that he can on the shelf. Vodka for tasteless, gin for florals.
Oh, I don't believe I've had gin.
Gin it is, made from juniper. And he
Wonderful.
will set that on the table. Rakel, are you a drinker?
I'm not.
Would you like to be?
No.
Water it is.
Yep.
Unless you're looking for sarsaparilla or some other sort of
Nope.
cardamom-based spirit. Water it is. He will fill a glass with water, send it over. Fill a glass with gin, send it over, like with the bottles attached to them, and then he will just pop the bottle on his, and then just take a drink and set it down. Hey.
Raquel, are you all right? I know there's been a lot of disturbing things that have happened the last couple days.
I'm good.
How's your rat egg thing treating you?
I'm pull out my rat.
The rat has been like decayed to the point where it is just bones just kind of rattling around at the bottom of your bag.
Oh shit, that happened quick.
And the egg is now ostrich sized. With kind of like greeny spots on it. Green and brown.
Well, I don't have a rat anymore. I have an egg. And bones.
Sure.
I'm going to use these for some.
Use every part of the rat. That's what the Wild West always taught me.
It's
Well, I
the
used
law
every
the
part of the
rabbit.
armadillo for the last thing I gave y'all.
And you know what? It came in handy. Feel like things, I don't know if things would have gone over as smoothly as they did, he says, covered in soot, singed beard from the explosion. I don't know if they would have gone as smoothly without that hat, so I thank you.
Right. You mind explaining why things got so out of hand?
Well, the ghost of the lady who tied me to a chair and forced me to fight in an underground arena was trying to escape with her husband, who I think was a ghost possessing a corpse with like guns and things mounted on it. And you know what? Judgment got the better of me, and I swung a little bit stronger than I anticipated, and I exploded her. And then he reasonably was upset about that and exploded me. Sort of a quid pro quo for explosions.
That ain't
Nothing
what I
short
meant.
of what they deserved.
And then, well, I don't think the Baron had anything to do with the explosions. He was always low tier. But all things considered, we saved the town. Big damn heroes, he says to an empty bar in the middle of a ghost town.
I think we did a
Woo!
lot of good here.
I like to try. Isn't that how it always is, though? You think that you're doing good somewhere along the way, and next thing you know, it's barren. And all you have left is singed bits of your beard to keep you warm at night.
I think there was a lot of evil going on in this town, and we helped to rectify that.
Oh, sure.
And you're not alone, Ruthie.
I know. I've been alone for the last while. I keep myself busy, keep myself around company. And you're the best company I've found for quite a long time. Where's Kid?
Probably getting into some trouble.
Well, if
He said he had some work to do.
Well, if he ends up encountering that skull bandana individual, I hope he has a better time talking with him than I did. Met him. Did I tell you that? Okay. Just trying to get my head back to where it is.
There's something I can offer you, Ruthie.
Unless you have a way to go back in time, what's done is done.
You're holding on to some pretty big regrets.
When I was a boy, not even a man, I believed in something. I believed in the war. And it turns out that believing in war isn't necessarily the right thing to believe in, but when you're young, you don't know any better. And so, I made myself into a soldier. One of the best, one of the brightest, one of the earliest on the front. Made some friends along the way. Got real close with them. There was a tall, handsome, for a dwarf anyways. Tall, not the handsome part. His name was Joe. We hung around for a while. There was another girl, sweet on someone from back home, but then there was a good friend of mine, Sirius. We did what we were told. We did the impossible. And after the war was over, well, we kept doing the impossible. Until one Dexter Vea Van Ferrum showed up, started talking about gold, started talking about how we could make mountains of it if we just listen to him. I left after that. And when I left, they found somebody who was more akin to, well, their line of thinking at the time. A young man who later would start a postal service. Went by the name of Six Spurs. What I'm trying to say is, I wasn't always a good man. But I did what was right. Or at least what I thought was right. And when I found out that it wasn't, I left. But that baggage, that weight, it sticks with you. He'll take another drink. And it is as sticky as tar. So when I heard you and Kid,
And he motions to Triss.
talking about wanting to set the compass roves right and track them down, I figured maybe, just maybe, all they'd need to do is talk to someone they used to know. Maybe that would set them right. And then Miss Sissy got shot and exploded over me in a shower of gold. And Six Spurs was out of his mind, to be fair. Never met the kid. Ships in the night kind of thing. But I'll never forgive Dax. I don't think I can. But there are a lot of ways that you can become a ghost without dying, Mistress. There's a reason I didn't have a bounty. I gave everything I could. Everything to my wife and my boy. Until it was just me and the boy. And we were gonna go west. We were gonna start over new, start over fresh. To the mountains. If we're going as far as we are, I think it's good that we go over them, not through. Because going over is a privilege. I shouldn't be alive. At least a dozen counts over. Not from not knowing how to make bad decisions and separate them from the good ones, but that blizzard got me. It was cold. It got my boy. It got me. And before I said goodnight to everything, wouldn't luck have it that I heard the sound of a train. Now here I am. Big damn hero. 3 times over all across this Wild West. But I don't feel it. Because in order to get to this point, I've had to say goodbye in a rather rude way to several people I used to know from a life gone by. That's it. That's me. That's the big scary, I guess. What is it? The construct in the room. Buffalo in the room. Is that the idiom?
We say water buffalo, but yes.
Mm. back in my service, they called me ruthless. And I guess part of me still is. But at least this time, I like to believe I know what I'm fighting for.
He'll take another drink and then just
Mm-hmm.
sit. He seems smaller than you remember.
I feel my normal musings of the circle of life are unfounded here. Ruthie, I've never lost anybody, not like that. Most of the people that I know are dead already. And they move on, and to me it's different because I know that that's part of life, and that's the goal when you're dead, is to move on. I am sorry for your loss, but I am happy that you're here and that your life has brought you this way. Not that you had to go through all that, because it's not kind, this world.
Oh, ma'am.
But I think when you know what's right and what's wrong, and when you choose to do what's right, even if it's the hard thing, I think that puts you on the right path.
There's choosing right and wrong that sets you on the right path. And it might be hard, sure. But I got 69 years of easy decisions that all seem to be making their way right towards me. And I don't want to see anybody I know get caught in the crossfire again.
Well, I can't speak for everybody, but I know the only reason I'm with you and Kid and Rakel here, I have no need to hunt down these people. The gold is good for my people, but I intend to keep you alive as long as I can. That's why I'm traveling. You've shown me that the world can be kind, that people can be kind. That is not a simple feat, Ruth. I hope you understand that. I've spent 10 years out here by myself. Haven't met a kind soul. Except for you, and Kid, and Raquel now. So, whatever past you have, I understand that. It is a darkness that weighs upon you. But it is a darkness you can come out of. I believe. And if I didn't, I wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't trust you to help me right the wrongs that have been put upon this town. Restore the order to things. Don't know how helpful that is, but it's about as much sentiment as I have in my bark skin.
Well, I appreciate the sentiment. Not as much as I appreciate your company.
And he'll just
As long as you'll have me, Mr. Ruth.
like click the your glass. He touches the bottom of his
Ooh.
bottle again.
She like takes a swig and she's like, ooh, ooh, really warms the innards, doesn't it? Oh.
That's the point. Keeps you warm on a cold night, but don't have too much in the snow, because then you'll think you're not cold. You'll wake up missing toes.
Understood. I will take your word for it.
Pose.
Frostbite.
Yeah.
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 Jack
All right.
Frost is gonna get him.
That's
All
your
right.
nose.
Did Raquel have anything to add? I know I kind of.
She has been pointedly silent this entire time. And like she looks like she's trying to follow the conversation, but something is definitely not
Mm-hmm.
clicking.
Mm-hmm. Miss Ruth, if I
Raquel-
may ask. Sorry.
Raquel, sorry. Just an aside. During this conversation, Raquel, you could like look up and out the window and notice occasionally, like a person or a group of people, like ghosts, will wander by, sort of look in through the window, and then like look frightened and then like hurry along.
I would also like to mention that there are gathering storm clouds over by the train station.
I don't know if this is inappropriate to ask, Mr. Ruth, but did your child and your wife, did they have gold in them? Long?
That was the one thing I never wanted for my family. So I put it all in things. I put it all into a wagon to get us across. Put it all in horses and blankets. Bought with law, not created.
Mm.
I tried to reduce my profile because I didn't want my boy growing up with a father on a wanted poster.
My question is there a possibility that their spirits are out there somewhere?
Possible? For my wife, no. As seeing as how she passed as a product of the boy.
I see.
Solomon, I don't think so. And if he is, that spirit would be tied to the Palisades.
Would you want to see him again?
I made I believe that the hardest thing I could do if I saw him again would be trying to explain to him why his old man wasn't there meeting him on the other side.
Mm.
Why did I get brought right back to the very beginning of things, and he was left to the cold? I wouldn't have a good excuse. I wouldn't have a good explanation. So I believe wholeheartedly that our lack of gold allowed him a kindness at the end of things.
Understandable.
Anyway, it's getting a bit stuffy in here. I think I might take a little bit of a mosey.
You want to be alone?
I think that a little bit of solitude might do me some good.
Don't wander too far.
Never do. Well, that's not true. I wander pretty far by myself, relatively easily, but I'll be there when you holler.
He gives him a nod.
Ruth is just gonna find a building to like scramble on top of.
Bless.
Sit and watch the stars.
Yep.
Ruth
Oh,
wanders
sorry.
off into the night. Sorry. Zoom throttling me even though I'm muted. I'm here, Zoom. I'm here. I unmuted for you. Ruth wanders off into the night. And likewise, there are a few people, a few ghost people who are wandering the streets at this time. And they like either like cross the road to be on the other side of, you know, and not walk past him, or full on like scramble and like sprint, run away.
Yeah, that's right. Old Ruthless has come to town.
Oh, bless. Ouch.
This is. Are most people around here are I don't know, are they stuck in their head thinking about what was right, what was wrong, getting tied up on all these real complicated things?
I think a lot of people do, yes. I tend to find myself finding the thing that I'm doing and trusting in it, and I don't dwell on the past much. But I know that it affects a lot of people.
Sounds exhausting. I don't know. I never felt like I had the luxury to. But I don't feel like any of the people back home had the luxury to be concerned with anything but surviving. I I feel like I feel like I probably should have been a little bit more receptive to what Ruth was saying, but I just don't understand the moral weight. I I don't I don't know what it's like to hold on to something that hard. I know what it's like to feel driven towards something, and oftentimes that's going to lead you to do something stupid. Big old saber cat starts nesting a little too close to the tribe. A couple people don't survive, but one of the sons who is left goes off on his own like he's got something to prove. We lose a lot of good hunters that way, or what would have been good hunters.
I think there's a difference of being foolhardy and having your past weigh on your mind. I think what Ruthie is going through is years of a life that he has lived, in the world that he's lived it in, living with all those decisions that were made, bigger scale things, not deciding what to eat or what to hunt. Just gets a bit more complicated when it's compounded like that, especially when you lose people.
I was just like sort of hanging on to that. Yeah, I guess that's what I'm running away from in the first place.
A mistake?
Not a mistake. Just lost. Survivor skill.
That seems you and Ruthie have a lot more in common than you think. Death is a motivation for many people. It's what you do with that motivation, where it leads you. Some people run off into the woods and hunt down the thing that killed your friends. And some people take the life that they've been given and make good of it. What do you want to do with the life you've been given?
I want to do what I came here to do and go back home. I don't belong here.
And I'll help you do that.
She'll just kind of snuggle the egg like it's a squishmallow.
Mm-hmm. And Triss will sit there in silence, as long as she needs it.
I think we can cut the scene there. Kid, you work on the locomotive throughout the night. Tell me again, like, what changes you're making on it, specifically making it so that it doesn't
Run on soul coal, and then also fixing the track and putting the entire thing back on so that we can get out of here in the morning.
Thing is, this thing sort of makes its own track. It's kind of a special sky train. Or you kind of have to spend some time figuring out, like, does it make its own track in front of itself, or is there like an invisible track that only the train can reveal? You struggle with that one, like it's kind of a chicken and the egg situation. But the majority of your time is spent pulling out the mechanism that makes it run on soul coal. Like, this is very clearly Daisy Graves's work. And she had a very, like, sort of haphazard method of putting this kind of thing together. In fact, like, you spend so much time pulling literal bones and cogs out of this machine. You eventually, I'm gonna say,
Make
give
a
me an
full
endurance.
person.
Give me an endurance check. You make a full person.
We re-up on action points after a long rest.
Yes.
Okay.
But you did have two
Combat
encounters now, so you would have another action point. Everybody would. I mean, you're about to have a long rest, but yes, you would technically have an action point at this point.
I'm gonna use my action point to reroll that. Haha! The dichotomy of man!
Oh, that's so fucking funny. Okay, here's how this works out. You're working so hard throughout the night that you like sit down to rest for a second. You fall asleep. You just meant to close your eyes for just a second. You're inside the cab of the train. You've just gotten finished pulling out all of the like
He
gourd
has
and yuck
Daisy
and
Graves'
bones.
like workbook like for the engine on his lap. He went to the fucking barber shop and
The
rummaged
workshop.
through.
Yeah. Because it just wasn't making any sense. And so you sit down, and you're like trying to make sense of this journal, and you close your eyes for just a second and you nod off. And with that natural 20 endurance check, you almost immediately wake back up again when you realize that the train is now back at the station.
What the fuck?
You definitely did not move that train.
He'll get out of the cab, jump onto the deck, look around. Who?
There's a person standing at the station as though like waiting for a train. Like they've got like a bag packed. They have like a big huge train schedule open and they're like looking at it.
Last train out in the morning, if you want to wait around a bit.
Oh, are you taking passengers?
I mean,
And he like pulls down the train schedule and it's Thorn standing down there.
points.
Ah,
Hey, you're one of Thorny Toad Jim's boys?
oh I'm the only boy.
Ah, got it. Where? Yeah, you know what? You got dicked over by this place too. Where you headed?
Well, anywhere but here.
All right.
They tell
Well,
me the miasma makes it pert near impossible to travel out of here and live.
Well, let me run it by my group first, but you ain't gonna try to backstab us, are you?
No, but they don't rightly like the lawmakers out here.
Yeah, I know that. Well, they're mostly gone now. Graves
I was
and the
talking to
foreman.
some folks. They told me that a lot of people are here because they got killed by people with law. Are you out there killing people?
No people who ain't trying to kill me back.
I ain't never killed nobody who didn't deserve it.
Yeah. You know, that's one way of thinking. Anywhere but here. Got it. Hey, were you around for when... Was this here when you got in?
Huh?
The train.
What train? Oh,
Shitty
this
train.
one?
Yeah.
Oh, that train's been here all this time.
Alright. That's weird.
I was here when I walked up.
Kid turns to the train and begins to inspect it even closer. He has his eyes actually open.
Why? Is there any reason why it shouldn't be?
Because it was at the bottom of that gorge earlier.
Oh. And he like turns the train schedule like right side up because he had it upside down. I can't read.
Oh, buddy. Hey, I'm trying to remember. Did you say you were sweet on someone here?
He pops up. Used to be, but he's dead now.
Oh, shit. I'm sorry.
Wait, why are you sorry?
Because you just lost someone, no?
Oh, yeah. I'm real sad about that one.
You know, there are a couple bars open in town if you want to take a drink and take a seat, maybe get something to eat.
Oh, Thorny Toad Jim always told me I shouldn't drink while I'm sad.
That's
When I
true.
get, if I drink while I'm sad, I get mad. And when I get mad, I get big.
you do get big. Yeah, I'm about to take a break anyway. Wall can talk with me. Kid will pull his jacket off of seat and start heading back to the board house.
Okay. This here Thorn will follow you.
Kid, by the way, I don't think we've been properly introduced.
Oh, people just call me Thorn.
Thorn?
Yeah, technically my Christian name. There's no Christianity
My
in here.
Palorian name.
My Palorian name? The one given to me at my baptism?
Hold on. Religion here is based on like law and gold, so like it'd be like my gilded name.
My
Technically,
government
my
name.
My
gilded
government name.
My government name. My gilded name is Thurisaz, but it means thorn.
Thurisaz.
Thurisaz, yeah.
We fought the Thurisaz in the fucking
Yeah,
thing.
I know.
Yeah.
Is Kid feigning not remembering or actually
Oh, he
not
remembers.
remembering?
He remembers.
okay.
He's just being nice.
Oh, okay, cool.
And then we round the corner, I cap him in the head.
At his weakest moment.
I cup his chin and I whisper, fuck, what was the line? If only someone loved you, pap.
Jesus.
Jesus.
Frozen? No?
Yeah. Okay, so you take him back to the boarding house. You guys spend the night. Anything in particular happens over the course of this long rest that I should know about?
He is just depositing Thorn here and then
Oh,
heading
you're
back
just
to
leaving him here.
Well, like, have a drink for like an hour, take a break, and then go back to the train yard to fix things.
Okay, do you spend some time to get to know him?
Yeah.
He tells you about how he like traveled all across the world, all across the Ramble. Honestly, the last few weeks are a bit fuzzy for him, because if he gets emotional, he has a tendency to go to pieces, and then like his memories get all scrambled up between all of the different thorns that he is. And now he only has 2 gold to his name.
Oh, buddy.
So he can only really maintain this form.
Man, I feel bad.
On your way to the boarding house, Ruth is passed out on the roof of a building with an empty bottle of liquor.
Oh,
Or if
dang, it's
anything,
that
like-
old man.
The liquor bottle like falls off the roof near Kid, and there's just
Yeah.
like
Is he dangerous? I don't remember quite right. I think he was trying to hurt me.
No, that was because you were also trying to hurt us. Remember when you said that you don't kill anyone unless they try to kill you and that sort of thing? It was kind of the same thing with us, but now that we're not trying to kill each other, no harm, no foul, right?
No harm, no foul. Yep.
Listen, Junior, head into the bar over there, grab some food in the pantry, and I'll meet up with you in a second.
Alrighty. Wait, hold on. Is that considered stealing? Which I ain't got nothing against. I am, in fact, an outlaw.
Well, technically, the boarding house is a communal space, so whatever food in the pantry that doesn't have a name
Oh,
on it
you
is up for
said-
grabs.
Sorry, you said bar before, so I thought I was going into an establishment.
It's sort of like a bar. It's a boarding
Someone's
house.
place of business, but you know, this place really is. This whole town is kind of in a state of liminality, where
That's an awfully big word for someone who can't read.
it's a big word for elbow. It's in a state of, it's in a liminal state where like things are changing from like one thing to another.
Thorn, I've been up for like 16 hours working on a train. You can't put this metaphysical stuff on me right now.
Oh, say no more, say no more. Thorny Toad Jim used to say the same thing. I'll just head on out of here. I'll go get me some.
We'll talk about it in the morning when I feel a little bit more perkier, alright?
Alright.
Alright, buddy.
He's gonna wander down to the boarding house.
Kid smacks the ground, casting Vanishing Blade, and teleports up to Ruthie. He'll just scoop the old man up, kick the ground again, then teleport back down. He'll carry Ruthie into the boarding house, princess style.
Yep, sound asleep.
Makes his way back into the boarding house, says hello to Rakel and Tris, telling them that he was just here for dinner, and then he'll pop back out.
Isn't it morning?
Is it? I thought this was still the same night.
Yeah, middle of the night.
Oh, okay.
On account of the fact that Kid, like, rolled that natural 20 after that natural 1.
Gotcha.
He, like, woke up immediately.
Snap.
Okay, I thought it was the morning. That's why I thought it would be funny to have Ruth.
I imagine
passed
Kid
out
was
on
like
a roof.
sitting in the train cab, like leaning on the back two like legs of a chair.
I mean, Kid had been working on this for hours. Like, Ruth would be asleep up on the roof by then. I think.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it all tracks.
Okay.
Triss would probably try to go get Ruth down and put him to bed. She has a 13 strength, so she's not bad.
That's not nothing.
And she
It's
has a
all right.
19 wisdom, so she could
Kid got
pulley
me.
system herself.
Kid brought me
Okay,
in.
got you down.
Yeah, he brought me in.
Okay, good. Yeah, Triss, you pop up there, and Triss is like, okay.
Trying to, like, figure out how to get him down safely.
But, like, she's doing, like,
Yeah,
Punnett
poof.
squares in her head. Oh. Well.
Ah, mistress.
Kid, are you coming to bed tonight?
Mayhaps. We'll see how long this little project takes me. I got the train back on the platform.
Wonderful. She places a hand, one of her, this is probably the first time that Triss has touched you. So very, it feels like you're being touched by a bush. Very brittle fingers. And she just says, I want you to keep yourself safe, kid.
Well, I'm pretty good at keeping myself safe. I don't make reckless decisions unless it's really dire. I've got a level head, despite how I act.
I know. Well, you do mean a lot to us.
Thanks. Y'all mean a lot to me, too.
Now go on and get.
Can of beans, can of beans, can of beans. 55 burgers, 55 fries.
Is Rakel going to bed?
Yep, she's just got to set up her snare.
Mm-hmm. I think Triss might. This in my head sounds really creepy, but we'll fix Ruth's hair as he's passed out. Make sure he's got a glass of water next to him. Like do mom stuff.
Dote on the old man a little bit.
Yeah. She does fall asleep, kind of sitting with her back up against the wall, watching over the room with the two of them in it.
It's appreciated.
What's the snare like tonight?
It is a tangle of polypore coming off of the walls.
What's that?
Polypore shelf mushrooms.
Into the woods.
That just sort of forms a fairy ring, around them. Should anything become entrapped within the snare, it will take the form of lichen reaching up and around them, along with some spiritual centipedes and stuff, just things of rot.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Y'all have a long rest.
Woo!
Anyone on watch?
Not me. I'm passed the
Yeah.
fuck out, man.
Makes sense to me. All right. Y'all go ahead and reset everything that resets on a long rest. Reset your action point. You get your dailies, your encounters, etc. All of the everything that you get. Oh, I see. Rakel, you're
I
snared.
don't. What? Oh,
Appears that you've missed a bracket.
No, I use the advanced roller to do that. That's a natural one, baby. Rakel, your snare goes off in the night.
is it something that would wake all of us up, or
Just
those of us
Raquel.
who aren't passed out drunk? Okay.
I mean, there is just the quick waxing of, lichen and mushrooms as they reach around this intruder's footsies. Then there's like centipedes and stuff crawling up on it and getting ready to bite him. Centipede bites are horrible.
Give me a second. Give me like a hot second. I got. I didn't expect to roll a natural one here.
It was about
Oh.
time.
Oh, hubris.
Yeah, it is.
It really was. Okay. The snare is like set right outside of a door, right? Because it takes up like a 20 foot. Yeah. So you've set it right outside the door. The door is shut. So like what is your reaction? What are you doing? You know that your snare has been set off. How do you react to that?
I'm going up the door is gonna open and Raquel is gonna be there with her spear trained on where she knows the snare has gone off. Morbek is currently not visible with her.
Okay. Do you open the door?
Mhm.
All right, you throw the door open. And the wind that kicks up from like pulling that door open makes the poncho flutter. And you are face to face with the skull bandanaed stalker that has been following you. And they just have a hat low over their eyes. So you are not necessarily making eye contact with them, but they're just kind of like standing in the middle of this mushroom circle as though they're waiting for you.
Start speaking now.
They look up and there's a weird sort of circular glint from underneath their hat. And they reach up to their bandana and they pull it down. And you find that they don't have a humanoid face. There is simply this strange hemisphere where their face should be. And they appear to be made out of metal. Except for their face, which is more glass. And they just kind of reach up to their face and tap it, and it makes a glass sound. And then they shrug, as though to indicate, I can't speak.
say you can't communicate why I shouldn't make sure that you cannot stalk us anymore, because I do not appreciate being hunted like this.
They begin to reach into their bag, and they're looking at you all the time that they do. And they pull out very slowly, the same way that you would to not startle a predator or an animal in the woods. And they reach out a piece of parchment to you.
Does the parchment have anything legible on it?
It's rolled up.
She's not going to take her hands off the spear. Unroll it.
Okay. They look at you, look down at the parchment, and then they will unroll it for you, hold it out to you. If you look at it, you will find that there are some primordial runes written on it, very similar to the runes that you found written outside of your house the day that you learned how to protect yourself from the miasma. This one appears to be a ritual to protect yourself from cold.
Wow.
You feel something pressing against your mind. Not forcefully.
I mean, okay.
You open yourself to the influence that is pushing against you.
I don't feel like this is the first time that things have tried to communicate with Rakel this way, so yeah.
Okay. Because you were the only one who would listen.
I don't get it.
It may take some time to learn. And as you say that, you realize that they took you very literally, and they thought that you were talking about the ritual. At that moment, there is a noise from inside as people seem to have noticed that you've gotten up and are interacting with something at the door. And this creature of metal and glass stiffens. And I think that you look away for just a moment, and when you look back, they have melted into a mirage of gold dust, and now they are gone.
God, fuck it. Yeah.
Nay.
Raising your hand, what's up?
This happened in the room that Triss was in, correct?
This happened wherever the snare was set up, and I assume that's outside, like the external door. Where was Triss?
Triss was in the room with Rakel and Ruth. So,
right. So
hearing the door throw open.
It might have been Triss who got up in the night.
Okay. I just want to know if I felt any ghosts within this thing. Is this
Ghost?
like, yeah, like is there a ghost in this shell? Is what I'm asking.
Ghost in the machine.
Not that if it's a live like if it's a person or a being that is alive in this thing, if it is a mechanical thing that has no soul, I will not be able to obviously sense it. But if it is a spirit inhabiting like we were before, and
right. So if you're asking, is it a ghost that's like haunting something else? Like, is this like one of Daisy Graves' artifices? Is what you're
asking? Yeah.
This is not the vibe that you get.
Okay.
In fact, it's squeaky clean. Just Nothing. Nothing until that gold dust permeates the air, and then it's all like, Rakel has witnessed this before. Ruth has witnessed this before. A weird permeation of gold in the environment.
Trish just walks up behind Raquel, very protective, like looking around. You all right?
Why does everything over here have to be made of pollen?
Well, there's nothing for it to absorb, so it's just in the air.
This fucking thing that's been following us has been giving me rituals.
It has. What sort of rituals?
Well, the anklet that you have on, that was helping against the miasma, and now I guess I can maybe make something that can help with the cold.
It's been communicating with you specifically.
Communicating is a strong word. Not really.
How does it make you feel being in its presence?
I don't like the feeling of being followed. I don't like being hunted. And
If it's given
that's
you
what
ways
it feels like.
I see. Were you just face to face with it?
Yes.
How did it make you feel when it was in front of you? Did you feel threatened?
A little bit, yeah.
But it's trying to protect us. Well, you.
Yes.
What is it like?
Weird. I'll describe it.
Oh. I see. So I assume this is not like anything you've seen before.
I haven't seen a lot of the stuff around here. But no, nothing made of mineral or anything.
Yes, I suppose this gives us another clue as to what it could be. I didn't sense any spirits inhabiting it, so as far as it's not an undead being, which narrows it down slightly. It's all right. It hasn't attacked us. It's actually done the opposite. I know it feels like you're being hunted, but perhaps it's more of a symbiotic relationship. Like a bird feeding off of the gnats on a larger creature.
It feels patronizing.
I understand. You think next time you should leave something for it to tell it to go away?
I mean, that's what I've been doing. This is just the first night that I caught it.
I mean something more direct. Like a
I
note.
don't have anything more direct.
Like a note. Something written. If
I
it
have
can
no
read.
idea if this thing can actually see or not.
Oh, I see. And perhaps symbolism. A head on a pike or something like that.
With a sticky note on it that says "Go away."
A big X that says "No boys allowed." Something to think about. You might think that it's helping, and really what it's doing is just freaking you out.
I don't like these fucking mind games. I'm going to bed.
All right.
She throws herself into bed and cuddles her squishmallow egg.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm not gonna lie, like, it probably is squishy. Like, it's the size of an ostrich egg, but it's got, like, the texture of a snake egg. Maybe more like a turtle egg. Snake eggs, I feel like, are too fragile.
A reptile's egg of sorts, where it is more of like just that malleable
It does have,
to
like,
a
a very
point.
thick membrane. Like, super thick. You'd have to really saw at it if you wanted to get in there. Anyway, morning comes. You all have had a lovely long rest, and our good buddy the Thorn is cooking up some bacon when you guys wake up. Bacon and coffee. Howdy, everybody. I'm a part of the crew, too.
When Ruth sees him the first time, his hand immediately goes to a short sword and then like pulls it out, but to like help cook, and is like keeping a wary eye on the Thorn.
I imagine that, like, Ruth points
Uh-oh.
a short sword at him, and he just, like, puts some bacon on it.
Wait. No. Ruth approaches as Thorn is cooking. There is a knife on the countertop that Ruth is reaching for, but then grabs a spatula instead.
I do not know how I got inside last night.
A kid brought you in.
Oh, it's good. It is appreciated.
I did brush your hair. I hope that's all right.
Well, unfortunately, it doesn't count as a bath, but has not gone unnoticed. It is silky smooth.
And he is like hands with like bacon grease and shit on it, just like
Oh, no. Oh, I don't like it.
I think he like does it and then realizes what he's done and just
I do need a bath now.
Oh.
I will be back for breakfast shortly.
just exits.
Mr.
Excellent.
Thorn, was it?
Mm-hmm. You can call me that if you like.
Sure. Well, why are you making us breakfast?
Oh, well, I thought it was only polite after last night.
Did something happen last night?
Oh, no, it's just, you know, the kid and I, and, well,
I'm
you
sorry, I'm
see,
not trying to be accusatory here. I'm just curious.
well, you might just have to ask him. I'm not very good at explaining these sorts of things.
Yeah, as long as you don't mean us any malice, I think it's just fine.
Oh, no, of course not. No.
All right.
Want some coffee?
Yeah. Take some up to Rakel. The strangest thing is happening downstairs. I'm not sure how to take it.
Okay.
What?
Remember the I want to say individual, but the what you fought in the pits, Thorn.
Uh-huh.
Well, he's downstairs making us breakfast. Said he had a conversation with the kid last night and thought it was only polite to make us breakfast.
The cat didn't eat them all?
Seems not.
I'm squirrely.
Though he is a mite bit thinner than when we last saw him.
He's like standing in the doorway with bacon. Anybody want bacon?
I
So
think
did the
this is
cat
one.
get a meal or not?
Oh,
Oh.
cat got plenty of meal. With meat in it.
Okay,
A meal.
I'll take some bacon.
I'm sorry, sometimes I turn off my brain for character.
I love this NPC so much.
I would say
Oh,
we're
Wes is
adopting him,
dumped-
but he's already
Yeah.
just like, you petted me once and I followed you home.
Mr. Kid told me to go grab anything I want, even the regular size Snicker bars.
I don't have the constitution for independent thought.
Buddy,
my
me
God,
neither.
sorry. I just remembered I live in a neighborhood now. I can be the person again that's like, just take a handful, sweetie. I can be that person on Halloween. Ah! It's my favorite thing. The kids get so excited.
Incredible. Anything significant that happens this morning? Y'all have breakfast, y'all pack up. Are we just boarding the train and going, or like what? Anything that we do before
Kid
we
hasn't
leave
shown
town?
up at all.
I am not going to take the egg away from here.
Okay.
But I also don't want to leave it and just trust that it hatches.
That's fair.
So, if we need some more time to get the train up
Do
and
you-
running, Rakel is going to try her damnedest to just nurse this egg until it hatches.
Okay. Raquel is gonna babysit the egg while Kid puts the final touches on the train. I think that Raquel kind of has like this rising anxiety that it's not gonna hatch before they have to leave. Kid, this mechanism is stubborn, to say the least. It's very finicky. You kind of have to like use every trick you've got in the book to get it running again. But you are able to replace the mechanism that was there before, making it run on Soul Coal, to the point where you can control it using your law. It's resistant to this, but the journal said as much, so you're
Is it gonna be
making it
like
work.
an acclimation process, or is it always just gonna be resistant from what I can tell from the journal?
There's a lot of curse words in the journal that implies that that's just the way this thing is.
It is a gentle pat on the side of the train. Well, we like 'em ornery around here.
Y'all are all ornery. Triss, Ruth, what is your preparations to leave look like?
Pack up my stuff. th- I don't know if I can help with the egg situation. I know about nature. I know a lot about nature, but this seems to be nature plus, which I'm not subscribed to. So
This is just regular nature.
It's like free for
This is
14
advanced
days. What's
nature.
stopping you?
I
So
imagine that like you're carrying your bags to the train. Raquel is kind of like crouched on the platform with the egg, like just like looking at it, waiting for it to hatch. And you stop for a second, and the thorn rushes up next to you, grabs your bags, takes them onto the train, and then like like in the background of this following scene is just running back and forth with luggage for the train.
kid?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm glad you're still alive.
There is a metal barrel that has been placed on the platform. There is a fire that is been started, and Kid is just tearing pages out of a book and feeding them into the fire. Mrs. Graves' journal. I don't think this kind of knowledge should be made public.
Understood.
Why not just throw the whole thing in there?
It's a bit of catharsis, actually.
All right.
You want to try?
Don't let me stop you from having a good time.
Before we go, I believe Rakel wants to wait a bit, and I would like to say goodbye to Smalls at least, and see if I can hail down Jacob before we head off.
Oh, yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
I'll be back in a bit.
You stay safe.
Ruth is going to ask Kid to teach him how to operate this dang thing.
All right. Well, you see, they respond very well to positive reinforcement.
So yelling won't make it go faster. But will it make me feel better?
That's wholly up to you and your disposition.
That's all Ruth's doing.
All right. Triss goes to say goodbye to Smalls. Jacob Crow will not be returning for some time. Oh, crap. So it's unlikely for him to meet you.
Mm-hmm. She'll go
What's
down
up?
to the, well.
Okay. You find that there is quite a bustling community around here. And most of the people around here tend to regard you with respect, if not, outright, amicability. Folks down this way seem to like you better than folks that stayed in the town. You go to say goodbye to Smalls, who has sort of taken up post next to the well, and he's just leaning against his push broom, sort of looking down into it.
It seems that we're taking off here soon. Figure I'd come down and say goodbyes.
Oh, you're moving on, are you?
It seems so. I fear I'm not going to see you again after this.
Well, I suppose we'll just cherish our time that we had together.
I very much have. You were a bright light in a web of darkness that was that carnival, you and Jacob. I appreciate everything you did for me, the conversations we had, and what
I'll
you're
be
doing
sure to
here.
pass that on to him.
Yes.
It's probably for the best that you're moving on. Folks up in the town don't seem to be that fond of you.
Well, that's nothing new for me.
Well, old Smalls will be looking after this here well while you're gone. I reckon I'll be back here, if you ever come back.
You don't think you'll be moving on as well?
Oh, there's always more work to do.
Well, then I shall keep a bit of hope in my heart that we will speak again someday. Seems like a great place for me.
Sometimes that's all we can do. And as you get ready to leave, oh, you were going to say something, sorry.
Yeah, can you just tell Jacob what happened, and that if he finds himself out in the world and wants to come looking for me, he's more than welcome to?
I'm sure he'll have a lot of questions, but that there miasma's already starting to clear up. So I reckon he'll be able to fly any which way the wind takes him when the time comes.
As he should. She places a hand on his shoulder very briefly and gives him a nod.
He nods solemnly back to you.
She
Mistress,
walks away. Yeah.
on the off chance that this is the last time Small sees you, can we get a hug?
For you, of course. She puts her arms out and
Big, huge bugbear arms.
mm-hmm.
Just like, yep.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a good hugger.
Mm-hmm. I bet
Warm.
he is. Mm-hmm.
Warm. Despite the fact that he's a ghost, like somehow like warm
Yeah.
and comforting and like smells like cookies.
Mm-hmm. She gives him an extra little squeeze before she lets go. You're doing good work here, Smalls, and I'm gonna try to do some good work out in the world.
No, take care, Miss Tris. Take care of yourself and take care of your friends.
Oh, I intend to.
And he gives you one last squeeze before letting you go.
Just a little drop of sap that comes down and taps it away. Collects herself and turns and walks off.
I've been ruminating on what the last thing the egg needs to happen before it can hatch. And Tris, I think as you walk away, we see the spring underneath the well finally break loose, and a gush of water rushes forth and finally fills the riverbed to its brim. And at that same moment, we cut back to Rakel, and we see the egg buck, and a small tear open in the side of it. And I think that's where we're going to leave off for tonight.
What? May I describe the spirit?
You may, absolutely.
Okay.
It's his baby. He's baby for now.
Is baby. Like the first thing that pecks out of the egg, you see just a solid black like beak. And it continues to peek through. And what initially pops out is what is a fairly mundane face of just the ugliest bird that you've ever seen. It is just the face of a turkey vulture chick. But as the egg falls away and the rest of the chick is revealed, instead of the normal like new down, there is probably still some down there, but the bird is just covered in white mold. That's sort of just dripping off of it whenever it flaps its wings. And Raquel
Lunch meat in the
Oh.
fridge.
Why did you say that today?
And with the image of lunch meat in the fridge fresh in our minds, thanks to Danae, that is where we'll call it for tonight's session. Danae, thank you so much for running this incredible
I'll
game.
call it lunch meat. Says Thorn, popping up from over Rakel's shoulder. Dear Lord. Hey everybody, I'm Wings, also known as Denning Keener. I've been the DM of this here game, but I also do nerdy drawings mostly related to D&D and a lot of things on this channel. And if you would like to see that art, you can go to denningkeener.com. It's where I post all of my D&D related shenanigans. So go and check it out, denningkeener.com.
Hello, everybody. My name is RJ. You can catch me at RJustice282 on Twitter, Twitch, and all other social medias. I'm doing a lot of things. Actually, no. This month I'm gonna be pretty quiet because I'm gonna be away. But normally, whenever I go live in many of the numerous places, I usually retweet there. So check it out. DanaeKeener.com.
Hello, everybody. I'm LBHackEmUp. You can find me at LBHackEmUp on the Instagrams and the Twitters. You can find me at Hack Recklessly everywhere else, where we stream level 16 campaign on Sundays. They're in the lair of Timor and Bashaba, and it is going to be super fun. I've got the luck chart going, and yeah, I'm playing a lot of not so nice characters this week. Which seems to be a weird thing for me, I realized. But I'll be live on Wednesday on Nerd Immersions playing Red Soot, who is the spoiler evil version of Soot. And she's been out for a long time now. Thursday I'll be on Crit Hit Chronicles playing our Cobalt Press version of Tales of the Valiant, where I play a monk who is a bit of a sociopath. He's nice, kind of. I mean, he just doesn't understand social cues and stuff. And then Friday, Ren and I will be playing the new Layers of Fear game, which I'm super excited about. And then Saturday I'll be Dark. Sunday we'll be streaming D&D. That's me, DanaeKeener.com.
Oh, it's me now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, I'm Cyber. You can find me here on Sundays running well, it'll be a new 5th edition game once I kill 2 more of my players. We're doing a Planescape game. The rule change is diegetic, and I'm also here on Mondays. I do stuff on my channel sometimes, but not regularly. Definitely not this week. DanaeKeener.com.
And if you've made it this far, you probably already know who I am. But if you don't, hey, Acorns, what's up? It's me, your buddy, your pal, your friend, the Indoor Adventurer, the showrunner here at twitch.tv/Indoor Adventures. We do shows like this on Monday at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, as well as on Sundays at 10:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. If this is your first time joining us, you can go to youtube.com/Indoor Adventures to check up on all of the VODs of each of the games that we have played up until this point, or you can go towards anywhere audio casts are being made available for free. You can find us there under the same moniker. And speaking of things that are being made available for free, we are going to be going into our Patreon-supported after show called Nights in the Courtyard, where we answer questions not only from each other, but also from the community. So if you have any questions for myself or any of these other fine folk, feel free to again join us at patreon.com/Indoor Adventures. But that is it for our show. So I'd like to say once again, thank you to everybody who decided to stop on by. Danae, thank you so much for running this fantastic game. Had a blast playing tonight and making sure that one of my age-old enemies finally bit the dust. And, of course, thank you to these fantastic players for putting up with our bullshit once again this week. And we'll see everybody next time. All right, everybody? See you soon!